Okay. Maybe d6 and a quick e5. Just inviting the exchange of queens. Oh, he hasn't gone for that. Okay, I'll go for the dark square. Pressure. Now. Okay, maybe knight f5. I can try and get more pressure on d4 with g5 here, actually. I think I'm going to go for that. The sort of thing I'd play in bullet. It's a bit crazy, but it's positionally oriented, not just to gain a bit of space. I want to get more control of d4. I'm weakening my king a bit, but you know, maybe h5, bishop h6, this diagonal is also critical. The queen's on d2. So if ever there's e4, the queen's going to be a bit more sensitive on this diagonal. Mind you, white's got an iron grip on d5 here. In fact, okay, e4 immediately is knight d4 though. Beyond c2, this pawn's not vulnerable at the moment. So say castles kingside g4, knight retreats. Where does it retreat to? Say it retreats to e1, maybe even h5. If f3, then g3. Also, I don't know, maybe there's like knight e5, queen h4. It's a sort of hack attack. I think I'm getting a bit influenced by by war zones at Chesscube, trying to win as quickly as possible. But this could be unsound. This rook, does it matter if it's on e8? I don't think it matters if it's on e8. It's a little bit better. Just waiting if white's going to castle. But I suspect he's delaying casting now. Maybe h5 is scary now after h3. If he tries to castle queenside, okay, he's weakening my dark squares. If knight e5 he could just exchange. Bishop takes b2, I'm weakening f6. I'm weakening f6 anyway, so maybe this is the time for knight e5. Just allow this, and maybe c6. I've got to try and get control, I think, of the d5 square here. Mind you, takes an e4, knight d4. No, that's okay. If I play c6, d6 is a bit vulnerable. Okay. So knight c3, queen a5 though. Unless I'm tactically getting done over here. Oh, g5 is on. That's a bit of a shame. So I've been tricked. So knight takes g5. What about b5? Just trying to get to the king now. Quickly. Or maybe a6. b5. I'm weakening again d5. Okay, this is looking unsound. Bishop h6. Looking still unsound. b5 takes d5 though. I'll go for that. Got to try and generate some counterplay here. Not sure how. b5 takes d5. Takes. I don't know. This might not be good. Okay, knight c4 is not doing anything. The bishop's on c3, so I'm expecting takes d5. I'm just trying to open up some lines here. This diagonal might have been useful for a bishop. I guess g5 has been refuted as an idea here by white sneakily casting queenside and just snatching that pawn. But he's using a lot of time here. Why? Why would he be using a lot of time here? Okay, he's going to win d6 maybe. Play knight h4 though. Try and keep a block on the h pawn at least. But queen d6 maybe takes on c4. So if takes d5, maybe there's even h3 trying to win the knight. Where does the knight move? It moves to e4. So I'm going to take takes d5, be cutting out e4. Whoa! I'm tempted for knight c4 now. Takes b4. Try and win a2 as well. Tempted for that. It's probably a bit crazy. Or just taking on c4 takes, taking on b3. Looks as though white's king's getting a bit, I don't know, in trouble. Could be my imagination here. Takes b4. There's always knight e4. What about just, I don't know, h6? Where would the knight go if I didn't want to lose the knight anyway? So g6? I could use knight g6. If queen d6, bishop c3. Let's just do this. Maybe it's the sanest option, given the circumstances. Just keeping an eye on the queen to play bishop c3. If it takes, maybe d5. I'm on e3 as well. This isn't such an amazing move from all perspectives. It's weakened e3. Okay, I'll play this d5 now, depriving temporarily the e4 square. Obviously, there's takes. Yeah. So bishop e6 here. There's f5. Losing a lot of pawns here. What about just d4 though, trying to get a pawn back? So if it takes, knight f4. Almost. If it wasn't for the queen on f4, so I've just lost another pawn. Fine. Okay. Okay. What about just trying to get the pieces out on the queen side now? There's the clock advantage here. There's, I don't know, vague pressure, but okay. Is there anything concrete? There's queen c6. If d5, I'm in trouble probably. d5. Whoops, that looks pretty good as well. Okay, always on my pieces. Won't give my pieces a rest. I don't know. So the knight is now vulnerable. Queen c6, queen h4. I'll play h6 maybe. Okay, so the knight's kind of trapped over there in fact. Queen c6 actually threatens rook e4, so I'll play that. Queen h4, rook e4. So I'll regain the pawn. It's sort of good news. Well, at least there's finally something concrete as well. If d5 is opening out the bishop, so maybe he's a bit wary of opening out the bishop. Okay, he's done that. He's not wary of opening the bishop. I'm still threatening rook e4. Gaining a lot of time on the clock now, 37 seconds. 30 seconds. He's going to finish me off with 30 seconds. So rook e4, rook e4, bishop c3. There's rook c4, there's bishop b2 check. I'll go for it. There's bishop b2 check, and he's getting the queen off the knight. Or not. So let's check then. Okay. Okay, so I can play knight f3 to establish knight on e5. I've got two knights against the rook. Blockade on d7. And get the king over somewhere. He's going to go for this situation. Okay. Oh, there was knight d3 there. That's a shame. Why didn't I spot that? Let's try and protect this guy maybe. It's 14 seconds. Play check. Oh, don't tell me I'm going to lose with like 14 seconds. I don't know. Try winning one of these pawns. Don't know. Knight f7 protects a pawn, but then d7. Okay, let's just blockade again on d7. Actually, this pawn, I think my king might belong over here. Whoops. There was rook h8, that was pretty painful. Oh, it's giving me the rook now. Okay. Let's get a blockade. 4 seconds. I've got the two knights. Okay, protect this guy. Or knight g6. I'm going to run out of mating material. Whoops. So I'll keep that knight. I'll throw in a check. Another one. Bit cheeky. Down to 30 seconds myself. He's going to sort of... Well, he's got a draw now, but he's lost on time. I'm sorry, that's really bad. That was a really horrendous game. I think... Oh, what happened here? This G5, you see that sort of thing isn't so punished in Bullet, but here he plays H3 first, and then he aims the castle queenside just using the D5 square. That's really cruel. So I guess H3 was necessary now, not losing the G5 pawn with Queen A5. If I want to play Queen A5, I think H3 is best. Just keep G5 at least. There's G4, maybe there's knight takes, bishop takes, knight H4. So for the moment that D6 wouldn't be that easy to grab. But I've just given a free pawn here. Somehow broken up White's position a little bit, but I'm lots and lots of pawns down. So this little tactic, though, I don't know, gave me 2 knights against a rook, which was not so easy to finish me off. But there was a missed opportunity for a check here. Check here. This pawn would force the winning of the knight in the game really quickly. Okay, comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.